Well, there are various initiatives which are to do with the future of the main commercial aircraft and their fuel efficiency. We're demonstrating our capability at recycling, which I think is something that's new, obviously, for us. And thirdly, there are some very interesting new developments in terms of the UAVs, the unmanned vehicles for military aircraft, alongside some very interesting new aircraft on display, such as the F22, the Raptor, which we've seen today.
One alternative to recycling this is to dig a big hole and bury it, which is a very unfriendly thing to do, particularly in these days, because we're more environmentally aware. But also, within an aircraft, as it comes to its end of life, there are lots of valuable parts and components, and even the metals themselves, if they can be separated into their metal types, they have a significant residual value, and therefore that value can be realised by taking the aircraft apart responsibly in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions for parts and returning those parts to service.
Here you can see that in this mock-up we can see that the parts that did have value in this aircraft were the flying control parts, so the altimeter, the Mach airspeed indicator and horizon. Those have gone and will have been reused on civil aircraft elsewhere. Above us we have pressure controls and other switch panels. Again, each of these is easily removable and can be used. Even the windscreens we take out and have those recertified for reuse. Crew seats. Pilots do like to be comfortable, and we might like to make sure that they are.
This is the Hawker Beechcraft Hawker 4000. It's the flagship aircraft in our product range. This airplane can fly up to 45,000 feet. It can cruise at Mach 0.84, which is about 460 knots. And you can do that with about 8 people. You can fly from New York to London in about 6 hours and 45 minutes. So it really is a great airplane. You can travel in comfort, fill the seats up, put as many bags you want on the back of the airplane, and arrive in London in a great airplane. Whether it's the professional golfer or it's the celebrity or the very well-known businessman in Asia, they all have their unique tastes. They expect the best, and that's where we feel this aircraft is what they need, because you can choose a number of different material. You can pick the carpet you want, the fabric on the sideline here that you can see on the sidewall. So there's a lot of different variations, and every airplane is beautiful when it's done, but it's unique to that particular customer's likes. Different fabrics that they can choose from, similar to this.
What's
it might
the
be
most
different.
Well, the aircraft behind me is a replica, full-size replica of the first aircraft to fly in the UK. And it's 100 years in October since that aircraft flew. It was the 16th of October, 1908. The pilot was Samuel Franklin Cody. He was an American cowboy who ran a successful Wild West show, not to be confused with Buffalo Bill Cody, and he made enough money to indulge himself in the hobby of kites. He developed the kites to be man-carrying kites. He showed them to the Army took them on, and he went on to develop his kites into an aircraft. And this was the first one. It flew just the once. It crashed gently, He built another one and flew more and more successfully. He flew successfully until 1913 when one of his aircraft broke and killed him.
Well, clearly orders are going to be less than the previous peak last year, or 2 years ago, of $42 billion, partly because of the slowdown in North America and Europe, which, although those are less important than they used to be, are still important for the industry. India, Middle East and China continuing to boom and continuing to order new aircraft.